Neil Druckmann says that The Last of Us Part 3 will likely not happen. I guess the only thing I would say is don't bet on there being more of Last of Us. This could be it. Well, I remember being told that The Last of Us Part 2 was this monumental success and that YouTubers like me and many others were just making up false narratives and that everyone loved The Last of Us Part 2. I'm sure many of you that have followed the channel for a long time remember what happened with The Last of Us Part 2, but if you do not remember, The Last of Us Part 2 leaks hit the internet, and I and many other channels talked about the leaks. This channel in particular did not show any of the leaks, but yet we had multiple strikes on this channel for talking about the leaks, not showing images, not showing any details, simply talking about it. In fact, this channel was suspended from live streaming for a month because Naughty Dog false flagged this channel. They false flagged RK Outpost, Hill versus Babyface, and 10 or 15 other YouTube channels at the time, and it was all bullshit, including the fact that my Twitter account was also taken down by Naughty Dog for well over a year over a meme. This is how Naughty Dog is. This is who they are, and they will never, ever change as long as Neil Druckmann is in charge there. And through all of that, we said that The Last of Us Part 2 was going to be a failure. Now, it came out to very, very strong sales in opening weekend, and then after that, it basically went radio silent. And we heard no updates on any of the sales. After they bragged about that opening weekend sales, they just stopped talking about sales. It was pretty interesting how that happened. Now, of course, the first Last of Us game was a really, really big success, and everyone loved it, Present Party included. I thought it was a fantastic game. But the way that they behaved and how everything released and the leaks and everything with Abby and what happened with Joel, people were sick and tired of this, and people were frustrated and very angry about the way things played out for Joel and them bringing Abby into the equation. And since then, we've heard really nothing about The Last of Us moving forward because, again, The Last of Us Part 2 was a massive failure. Now, later on, years later, they started to say that the game ultimately sold 10 million copies. I don't know if that's true or not, but they did not report on numbers after that first weekend at all. So I don't know if that's units shipped. I don't know if that's units sold. And I just don't trust anyone at Naughty Dog anyway. And that's why we started to say, fuck Naughty Dog, because that's what we say. Fuck Naughty Dog forever. But just as a quick reminder, I'll show you a little bit. Let's go back. This was a video from me. Naughty Dog drops my strike. Copyright abuse still happening. This was a wild time. This is 4 years ago right here. 4 years ago. Let's listen to what my idiot self has to say.
Gamers, it's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we have some good news for Geeks and Gamers. We have some good news for the brand, and we have some good news for fair use. But the good news will be short-lived because there is still a fight to be had with the abuse.
Do I still talk like that? I wonder if the good news, I put way too much emphasis on words. Now I'm self-conscious.
Of the system from Naughty Dog. So if you have been following me on social media, or if you saw my post on the community tab on YouTube, you will know that we now have our strike lifted here on Geeks and Gamers. And that is a huge relief for me, and I'm very happy about it. But I am not in any way, shape, or form about to forgive Musso, TNT, LTD, Sony, or Naughty Dog for the nonsense that they have put me and so many other creators through. Now, over 2 weeks ago, they struck my channel for a live stream in which I shared no images and no video, yet they struck my live stream, and for over 2 weeks, I lost the ability to live stream on my channel. This was a huge revenue hit for me. And I asked the question, now that we are at the point where I have received my video restored because I sent a counterclaim, who punishes Musso at this point? I tweeted out to Team YouTube, and I said, hey, Team YouTube, what about Musso now? Are they going to be punished because they false flagged my channel? Well, probably not. Probably not going to hear anything about this. And that is the problem with this situation.
And that's kind of the gist of it right there, is that this went on for a while, and I do believe that Naughty Dog did significant damage, not because they just went after little old me. They went after a lot of people. And there's layers and layers to this as to why this was a problem for them. But obviously, just making a bad game and disrespecting your iconic characters and bringing Big Abby Pump as you hook up, holler if you hear me, into it, that is a big problem. And that was what really did lay the foundation. But their behavior towards people and false flagging and taking videos down and striking channels across the board simply for reporting on the leaks, not even using any of the images. Geeks and Gamers, at the time, Geeks and Gamers Play was named something else, Gaming with Geeks, I think. That channel got a strike for reporting on this. This channel had multiple strikes. Ryan was sitting on 2 strikes, and his channel was about to get taken down. And, of course, they took down my Twitter account. And so all through this, we were told that, oh, The Last of Us Part 2 is this massive success, everyone, because it sold 4 million copies on opening weekend. It was always going to sell a lot on opening weekend because it was coming off of a highly, highly successful first game, a game that everybody across the board loved. And so, of course, you're going to see a massive bump. But after that, everyone got the game and everyone started talking about it and everyone started to experience it. I remember I was making videos about PewDiePie's reaction, and some of those videos got hundreds of thousands of views. I think one of them got like 1 million views on this channel. Everyone was roasting it. And that was pretty much the beginning of the end for the Last of Us franchise. You had that one game that everybody loved, and then you destroyed all of it with the second game. And now we have the garbage series that's out there right now, which I gave up after 3 episodes. But I think it was 3 or 4 episodes. I can't remember. And now here we are with Neil Cuckman saying that The Last of Us Part 3 is likely not to happen. Now, if you need to hear something from Neil Cuckman, listen to this loser right here. And it tells you all you need to know. And I'm just going to tell you, you're going to cringe, and you're going to cringe very hard once you hear this clown's voice.
And the first project we started kind of, moving forward on was called Mankind. And the idea is very similar to what you've seen in The Last of Us, that the cordyceps has jumped from insects to people. And the people it infects, it can kind of create monsters or kill them. But the twist, the thing that was different about this idea, was that it only infected women. And you found the one girl that it didn't infect, and that was Ellie. And you kind of protected her and tried to like bring her to this lab where they were kind of finding a cure. And there were a lot of things that we were really excited about this idea, but ultimately it failed. And the reason it failed is because it was a misogynistic idea. What are the things that she's going to be kind of really attracted to and attached to as she grows up? And as a game creator, I look around at kind of what we are making and what are going to be her role models from other stories, and I don't like what I see. More specifically, I'm talking about our female characters, and whether we want to admit it or not, these are role models. And yet we sexualize, we objectify, we marginalize, and we reduce these female characters to a lot less than they can be. And this is coming from a guy that almost made a really misogynistic game. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. So once this thing failed and I had this awakening, almost exactly at the same time, this Kickstarter happened about the tropes versus women in video games. And while you might argue with the way it delivers its message or whether every point is exact, you can't argue with just the pattern that you see in the industry. So I was really intrigued by this. The videos for the video games hadn't come out yet, but I watched the rest of Anita's videos, and I realized it's not just a problem in games, it's actually throughout entertainment.
So there you go. Neil Cuckman right there, ladies and gentlemen. He is a pathetic piece of garbage. And I will never have sympathy for this loser. I will always celebrate his failures. I will always celebrate when some bad news comes out about Naughty Dog, because he tried to destroy mine and many other people's livelihoods over false flags. And once we put the claims in, the counterclaims, they couldn't win a battle, so they had to release it, but it wasn't until 30 days later. Fuck Naughty Dog forever. Fuck Neil Cuckman forever. I will never forgive them for this, and I will continue to celebrate their demise, because they don't deserve anything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, please go over to metapcs.com and use the promo code 199. They are awesome. We appreciate them. You can find anything you need over there from a computer standpoint. They do great work. They have great customer service. And I promise you, you're going to enjoy what business you do with them. So promo code 199. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.